fling golf fanatics around the world, are you ready? Welcome to the show that kicks in the door to the biggest World League fling golf season yet. This is WLF Unleashed with the HARDCORE Harveys, the official podcast of the 2026 World Fling Golf League Pro Tour. We're diving headfirst into the 2026 season, from the 4 major tournament events that define champions, to the regional battles where legends are born, to international pride on the line in the Britain's Cup. You want the inside scoop on WLF? We've got player interviews, venue breakdowns, and exclusive updates straight from the WLF commissioner himself. But we don't stop there. Whether you're chasing a title or chasing your first perfect fling, we're bringing you tips, techniques, and proven practice strategies to level up your game. Every throw, every round, every time. This is more than a show. WLF Unleashed is the heartbeat of the tour, the voice of the players, and the home of fling golf fans everywhere. So aim high and let it fly. Because the season starts right now.
What is up, guys, and welcome to an unexpected, short, brief episode of WLF Unleashed. We are trying to, again, still working out the bugs on the technology and getting everything set up. So I thought, what a better way to give it a try this evening than to come on here and talk a little bit about and give an overview of episode 1. Now that we've kind of got all of our guests lined up, I thought I'd give you a quick rundown on everything that's going to be happening on episode 1, and kind of just see if we got everything to work, got all the bugs worked out. So anyway, episode 1 is coming up next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. And again, this is the WLF Unleashed podcast, your official podcast of the World League Fling Golf Tour for 2026. And we are excited to have this opportunity, as well as all of the opportunities it's already presented us so far, being able to take on this little project for this new sport that we definitely love and are definitely addicted to. So as per normal with the HARDCORE Harveys, if we're going to do something, we are going all in and we're going to go hardcore. All right. So for episode 1, wait a minute. Actually, you know what? Before I get into episode 1, I want to give a couple shout outs. Want to give a couple shout outs to folks that have contacted us, or we've gotten the opportunity to meet them. And the first one is going to be from the PGA show. We were down there, and a lot of you are probably like me. I'm a sweater in the summer when it's hot, and one of the things that I battle the most is having a hat that stays nice, and I can keep a nice looking hat while I'm playing. Because normally after a round or two, I've got the big sweat stain going across the top of my hat, and then it's just there. I can't get rid of it. So we were talking, and the hoot man happened to know somebody at the PGA show that has a company, and he said, "Hey man, these hats are guaranteed not to show a sweat stain." And I'm like, "All right, let's meet these people." So he took us over to the Crafted MFG booth. And these folks were fantastic, fantastic to meet. I got to meet Lindsay Simkovitz. She is the operational manager for Crafted MFG. And while we were there talking about everything they could do with hats and all the different options for patches and prints and kind of 3D patches and all that, she said, "You know what? Here, I want to give you a hat." So she hooked us up with this really cool hat that says, "I'm going Wolf." And those of you who have played any traditional golf know that there's a golf game called Wolf. So this is actually a really cool golf hat, and we've already put it to the test. We played 2 rounds in Orlando, so it was definitely hot enough to sweat down there. Not too worried about sweating back here right now. It's 6 degrees outside, supposed to be down to 2 tonight. But anyway, so we played 2 rounds in Florida, and wore it all the way down there, wore it to the PGA show, wore it all the way home. And as you can see, still looks brand new, no sweat stain. So I'm very excited about the opportunity maybe to see whether this hat lives up to the claim of no sweat stains. And we are hoping to be able to come up with a way that we can work with Crafted MFG for the 2026 season. We've talked with John and them about looking into some of these hats for the Fling Golf League as well. But if nothing else, we hope here on Unleashed to be able to work with them as well. And we definitely want to send a shout out to them and definitely thank them for hooking us up with a hat. And then today in the mail, unexpectedly, actually not unexpectedly, I knew it was coming, but I didn't know what I was getting. Frank Manito from Ohio just started playing fling golf in September. Said he only got to play a couple times before the weather turned bad, but he is super excited about fling golf. He's pumped up, just like everybody who actually gives this sport an opportunity, gives it a chance. Most people fall in love with it, and Frank is no different. But a couple weeks ago, actually a couple weeks before the PGA show, he sent me a message. He says, "Hey, would you mind sending me your address?" And I'm thinking, I don't really know this person, but so I'm like, why you want my address? He says, "Hey, I want to send you a gift package." He says, "Can you send me your logo for the HARDCORE Harveys? And I want to send you something." So I said, okay. So I sent him the logo and sent him our address. And of course, with the weather being the way it is, the package just showed up today. I think he mailed it over a week ago, which normally would be here in a couple of days. But anyway, weather slowed it down. So we knew it was coming. It was finally on the porch when we got home tonight, and we got the opportunity. To open it. And Frank has a company called Mr. 3D Keychains, and he took our logo and he made us some awesome. Still trying to figure out how to work the camera and get stuff in front of it. He made us some awesome 3D keychains with the HARDCORE Harveys logo, and then he also made us this really cool ball carrier. Some of you have seen these online. Actually, I think he's put it on his Facebook. So it's I fling my ball carrier, put 2 golf balls in there, and you can attach it to your bag, and you can take it around with you. But that's really cool. Definitely a novelty gift. Maybe not for everybody, but it is pretty cool. And then he sent us a Mr. 3D keychain. But anyway, awesome product. Really appreciate him thinking of us in that way and sending that out to us. We're super excited to rep that. And then in the process of talking to him about how much we appreciated the gift, He has agreed to come on and be one of the sponsors for the podcast, and he's going to give us some 3D printed keychain type of memorabilia and things that we're actually going to be able to give away as part of the podcast. So we're excited to have him on board. So again, between him and hopefully we can work out something with Crafted MFG, and we're also in some conversations with a couple other golf companies that we got the opportunity to talk to at the PGA show. One I'm really excited about, but it's kind of a bigger company, so I'm not really going to talk about that until I got something a little more concrete. Don't want to say that we're going to get to work with them and then it just kind of it doesn't pan out. So anyway, so that's our kind of our update on things that are going on. So again, been putting a lot of stuff out on social media, really trying to get people to want to get behind this MLF Unleashed podcast, and really make this something that we can all get behind and we can all look forward to. Right now we've got 12 episodes planned. The idea, the format's going to be this after this 2026 kickoff episode, which will be next Tuesday night at 7. Then we're going to have episodes that will be a couple weeks before each event and a couple weeks after each major event, that we can do a kind of a lead up to the events, and then we can do a post event where we can talk about the results and who did what and how it shook out. And then, of course, we're also going to, and as always, we will always support Aqua John and Cape and Spring Farms with their event, with the West Virginia Doubles Championship. So we're going to do a couple shows that are going to be dedicated around that. And then we did get the opportunity to talk a little bit to Paul from the UK about doing some stuff around the Britain's Cup whenever that time of year rolls around. So all in all, we're looking at 12 shows and then something in next December as just a season finale wrap-up show. And again, just want to say this is not, the point of this show is not going to be really just for me to get on here and talk about stuff. I'm trying to include as many people as I can to be a part of this and want to be a part of the podcast and have an opportunity to come on and not only share about themselves, about their fling golf journey, but also the things they bring to the tour and what a critical part they are to the whole community. And if you haven't noticed by now, this is definitely a community of athletes. And again, my wife and I are extremely blessed and thankful to have stumbled onto this, of all things, a TikTok video. And then we went down the rabbit hole on YouTube, and now here we are. Opportunity to have worked our tails off and be able to get a couple wins and be able to get a season championship. And so we're very thankful that where we are, and we're hoping to keep working and get her out there with us as well for 2026. So anyway, so the first show coming up next Tuesday, got a great lineup for everybody. This will be the first show will be a little bit different than the rest of the shows, because for show number 1, not really going to do a lot of player interviews like we want to do for the future shows. This first show is going to be more about setting the stage for 2026, recapping a little bit of 2025, and just kind of getting all the information we can get out to everybody about how the season's going to work and those type of things. So we're going to start off the next Tuesday night. We're going to start off with basically our vision for the show, which is kind of a recap of what I'm saying to you right now. And then after that, we're going to be talking to Alex Van Allen, and we're going to ask him to kind of do a 2025 season in the rearview mirror segment, where just want to get his thoughts on 2025 and anything he wants to talk about, different players or anything like that he might want to talk about. So then after the creator of Fling Golf brings us up to speed, then we're going to get into a segment we're going to have on every show. It's called the Commissioner's Corner, and we will be talking to the one and only John Prulidge, and he's going to be walking us through, again, a lot of changes for 2026, not only the number of events, but how the events are going to go with the pro division and the amateur division and all that stuff. So if you have questions, kind of put those questions on the back burner until Tuesday night. We can get into that with him. Once he gets through all of that, then we've asked our good friend Tim Durr. We've called this segment "Running the Numbers," and we're basically asking Tim Durr to walk us all through the trigonometry, calculus, astrophysics, rocket science formula that is how points are calculated and how standings are determined and how that will be different this year. He has told me already over the phone, kind of prepping, is that they've tried to simplify it. So we're hoping that's the case, not because we minded how it worked out. It was just difficult for anybody to ever come up with what they thought after an event, what the points would be. So maybe that'll work out, maybe it won't, but Tim Durr is going to hopefully get us all straightened out for 2026 on the segment called Running the Numbers. And then after that, I'm very excited because I actually have not got to spend a lot of time with this next guy. I did get to spend some time with him at the PGA show, got to play for the very first time with him at Orange County National when we played the Tooth there. And that is Gary Callis Jr. Very excited to get him on here. Everybody knows he is quite the showman. He is quite the social media presence. And he's going to be on here doing a segment with me, just basically called the 2026 PGA Show. And he's got some cool stuff to share because he got in. Not only did he get in some really cool social media videos, but he also got in the background of some really cool social media videos. So we're anxious to talk to Gary and get his thoughts on the PGA Show and what all kind of trouble he got into there. And then we're going to hear from the 2025 women's champion, Britt Hammond, but she's not going to be talking about the championship. So we've got her lined up for a section called From Off the Couch to Fling Golf Fit with Britt Hammond. So we're really looking forward to hearing from her on all the things that here in the last 30 days to 6 weeks that we all need to be doing to get back in a little bit of fling golf shape and get ready for the first big event in South Carolina, the first major at Old South. So hopefully she can help us, get us motivated to get off the couch and get back in some fling golf shape. So after that, we then are going to have a segment. We are going to have a segment on the first fling golf event of the year. It's not a major, it's a regional. We're going to be talking to Delwyn O'Kelly in Texas about basically the 2026 kickoff event, a regional, the Texas Two-Step Open. So we're looking forward to talking to him about everything that's going to be happening down there at that event and hear about the course and how he's got things set up. I know he's got a couple courses set up, one for the pros and the amateurs, and then another course for the women. I think that's how he's got it divided up, but we're going to hear from him officially on that. And then we're going to finish up our first episode with our highlights for the Unleashed episode number 2, which will be on March the 3rd, and that'll be a couple weeks before the first major. And we'll be looking forward to talking to folks that are involved with that. So that's kind of what I wanted to run through tonight, just get everybody an idea of what's coming up on the first episode. And hopefully you can see we are trying to put a lot of planning into this, get a lot of people involved so we can have some great conversation and we can actually keep people interested and wanting to help grow this sport. And if it's through this podcast or through social media, that's what we need to do. And I know that probably going to keep beating this drum, but it is going to take all of us to actually make this sport go. Yes, it's great. We're going to have a niche of a couple hundred people that are probably be diehards forever. But in terms of actually making this thing go, we're all going to have to kind of get out there and beat the social media bushes and help put stuff out. And if you're not comfortable putting stuff out or doing that kind of thing, that's no problem. Just make sure you're helping others who are putting stuff out. Share it, like it, comment, and the more you do those things, the more we can all grow the sport. So, guys, thanks for those of you that jumped in tonight. Let me highlight a couple folks here. Appreciate you Tomcat dropping in. Showtime, appreciate you dropping in for a couple minutes, man. Of course, my wife from the couch in the living room, appreciate her dropping in, and my daughter Shari. Of course, she's always going to make fun of me on these podcasts, so get ready for all of her comments. Isn't it past your bedtime, old man? Yes, it is, but it's the first time I could get all the technology to work, so we went with it. So, guys, again, thanks for tuning in this evening, and again, thanks to Comfort MFG for hooking us up at the PGA show with the hat. And again, thank you to Mr. 3D Keychains, Frank Manito, for hooking us up with the awesome Hardcore Harvey keychains. So we are definitely looking forward to next Tuesday night, guys. Hope you are too. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And with that, Hardcore out.